All right. Good evening, everyone, or morning, or afternoon, wherever it is at the time, whatever time of day it is where you are. There. I don't know what time it is for the rest of you, but I do know it's time for another run here at Game Over Cancer 2025. So we're going to see a day in the life. This is the 10 exit category, and I'm going to throw it off to our runner, Gossip Greg, who's going to explain more about the game and introduce the co-commentators. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. I am Greg, or Gossip Greg. We are doing just a brief little jaunt of a Kaizo speedrun for everyone. I am joined by some friends, Alyssa SMW,
Hi, that's me.
and Fane, who is responsible for this.
Hi, a version of me made this.
All right, I'm just going to go ahead and start playing. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. So, Fane, you made this game. It's a pretty good game. I like it a lot.
Game. Yeah, thank you. I made this game. This was the first released Kaizo hack that I made. It was kind of my love letter to the community. It's fairly short, 10 levels, and you kind of explore just a day in the life of me, of Mario, of whoever you want to put into this this little story.
And
I know, having dabbled around a little bit in the creator Lunar Magic myself, it is not exactly very easy, so I'm sure this took you a long while to make.
Yeah, this was about 2 years of on and off work. But for starting this level, or starting the game out, I wanted to have something relatively simple. So there's just a lot of regular old jumps, a nice little bomb that explodes in the air, you know, all of the normal things. But this was kind of just a way to ease the player into my design sensibilities and just let them go through, you know, at a nice little jaunt.
yeah, one thing that I like a lot about this game as a runner is that compared to some other Kaizo SMW stuff out there, sorry, I had to count bounces, it's honestly not too hard compared to other Kaizo things. I'd call this like, you know, a median difficulty ROM hack, like pretty much right in the middle of intermediate, deceptively hard, but not too wild.
Yeah, I'd say that sounds pretty fair. It sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be too terribly hard, but I also wanted to challenge myself. There are a few things in this hack that are there solely to challenge me and where I was in my process of playing through the game. An example is, you may have seen in the first level, there was that throwing the shell back and then dropping down and bouncing off of it. That is a backshot shell jump, and I was not very good at that, so I put 3 of them in this game.
One exit down, only 9 to go. Should be no problem, right?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, first level, it's a good indicator.
In getting prepped for this, we were chatting earlier in the week. Levels 2 and 3 are actually, in terms of a speed run, the scariest ones for me. So we are in the hard part now.
The real day in the life begins.
I do have a message for you in the form of a donation if you've got the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so from Spirit of Fen, they give $100 US saying, "Cancer bad, speedrunning good. Good luck, Greg. You've got this."
Hey, thanks,
And
man.
if Spirit of Fen or anyone else wants to put their donations towards a incentive, make sure to mention that either in the chat or in your donation message.
Will do. Thank you, Spirit of Fame out there, whoever that is.
Awesome person, as far as I know.
So this, the Ghost House level that Greg is finishing up, at least on my screen, is based on the Haunted Mansion from the Disney parks. I used to be a big Disneyland fan, but in case you were curious about the inspiration there.
I think it's a really fun level. How you go through it like the second time, and everything is just like a little bit different, but just enough to throw you off.
Yeah, so it's for those who haven't seen the ride. You start out with a very just normal mansion. Some things are a little out of place, and then at some point the ghost gets summoned, and it's suddenly you just see a bunch of ghosts everywhere. So that was the inspiration there. The level that we're on now is called Shasta, and it has a lot of what are called steep slopes in the game. And if you've ever played Super Mario World and you've played levels that have these steep slopes, you'll know that it's very hard to work with them. It's hard to jump off of them, it is hard to slide down them. You slide down very fast. And so I decided, you know, let's make a level that's based off of these wonderful things. And it was based on the another SMW ROM hack out there called Super Slope Muncher by LinkDead. And yeah, I just really, really liked that sort of style, and here we are.
I would
It's a really
also...
fun way to make an inconspicuous obstacle into like a really fun theme.
Yeah, and I wanted to make it feel good, so hopefully it feels good.
It does. Also, shoutouts to Super Slope Muncher, one of the best games anyone's ever made in the SMW engine.
Still on my to-do list, but I need to get through that.
It's a quick play. You'd have a blast.
Yeah, so you'll notice Greg is throwing the block up sometimes before landing on, say, that flying Koopa. And the reason you want to do that is when you're holding these blue blocks, if you land on a sprite like, say, a Koopa or, you know, anything else that you might land on, you can sometimes accidentally kill the poor thing. And I'm a pacifist, and I'm not really into that sort of thing, so I want to encourage players not to destroy the sprites that they need.
It's honestly very charitable of you.
Yeah. So this is Grindhouse. I think we're about there. This is a level that took me a little while to design because I had to design it 3 times. You'll notice that the lava on the top is very forgiving in where you're allowed to be. So, you know, I just like to think that Mario is just, you know, getting a nice little haircut via lava when jumping up there.
The classic lava haircut. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit off the top.
Yeah, exactly. This was a level that was based on 2 hacks, actually. Kaizo Mario World 3 and Super Dram World both had levels that were like this. And I, once again, wanted to give them a little bit of a shout-out.
One of the fun things with these Kaizo games is it's an entire community where people are, you know, someone makes a game, and then someone else makes a level that references that level, and then someone else makes a level referencing the one referencing. So it's a very referential community in that way.
Yeah, well, and I think a lot of it comes down to just art in general. How art is kind of always building on other art, and ideas are being shared, being extended, being played with. And it's honestly why I love seeing games like this as an art form, because there's so many things that people can say, and it's a good way to express all of that.
Yeah, no matter how many times you see like a gimmick or a theme, you can never fully see every option that there is. You always see someone with a new lens or a new way to use it that you just never would have thought of.
Yeah, and that's specifically the joy with Kaizo in general, is one of the big parts of Kaizo, for Super Mario World at least, is using things that are in the base game in ways that the base game never expected you to use them for. So there's just all sorts of creative things that you can use, and it's like a toy box. Mario Maker is a good way to explore that, but something like Super Mario World hacking allows you to just do so much more, because you can write custom code, you can create custom enemies, custom everything, basically.
Then Mario Maker, they go out of their way to patch all the fun things out, and here we have all the power.
We have all of the power here. It's great.
Also, shout out to the weekly speedrun race.
Yeah, shout outs to ROM hack races. Shout outs to those fine racers.
All right, we're getting into my favorite level now.
Your favorite level?
My
What do you like about this level?
Partly the soundtrack, but also it's, it's got shells, we got backshots, we got note blocks. As a speedrunner, I like that it's only one section, so I feel less stressed if I take a death.
Yeah, so kind of back in the day, I don't know how true this is really anymore, but back in the day, the Switch Palaces, that's the theming that is used for this level. Switch Palaces were kind of breaks. They were a little less ambitious, maybe a little less intense. So I wanted to just do a quick little one-section thing. But it is deceptively hard. There are a few things in there that actually are quite difficult. And Greg is just making it look super free and easy.
I've never been more sad to have one-shot a level, actually.
Aw.
We didn't get to hang out and listen to hot drinks.
It's true. The music for that level was a rendition of Hot Drinks, which was a Wendy's training commercial from the late 80s. And our friend Beef Stew made it usable in Super Mario World. And then I sped it up.
It's such a fun song, though. Like, doesn't matter what tempo you put it at, it is always fantastic.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful song. So this level is Isla Tublar, which, yes, is a reference to Jurassic Park, but it is also a reference to another hack called Peachy Moat World, which had a level called Isla Nublar, which this level is partially inspired by. So I was like, well, it's the sequel to that level, so Tublar.
That makes sense.
And
it's another case of, one thing happening in the community and then another creator reiterating upon it, right?
yeah, and this second section is a community favorite from the people who have played this. It's very short. It's pretty... I'd say it's probably easier in some ways than the first section, but there's a lot of just fun little athletic movement that Mario does here.
I really like picking up the shell off of the wrecks there on the ground after you, like, bump it the first time. It was not something I even knew you could do until I saw this.
Yeah, it was really fun to make that work. It's once again, there are a lot of things that you can do.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Oh no.
I like the section so much, I just want to play it again, that's all.
It's a good section, so those little sections at the end, I call choke checks. And they're not meant to be super hard, but they are meant to be something that you can lose on. So it's always unfortunate that when they happen.
And really what I wanted to do is I just wanted to showcase that part of your design philosophy off. So you're welcome, everyone, for that extra level of understanding.
I mean, what's the portion of the level built for if no one loses to it, you right?
I almost choked again.
Exactly.
We do have another donation if you have the time for that.
Absolutely.
We do.
Yeah, so this time we got a message from Amy, who gives $10 US and says, if anyone knows where Fane is, I want to tell them hi from the Polycule. So if anyone knows where Fane is, maybe someone in the chat right now, Amy says hi.
Hi, Amy. I don't know where Fane is, but I'll tell him you said hi, okay?
I'll keep my eyes and ears peeled.
Yeah, thank you for your donation. Thank you, everyone, for your donations. This is a really good cause, and it's really fun that we can make things happen through playing video games.
This is so true. Genuinely. Like, I really like having the opportunity to just show up, help out with these marathons, and also get to show off some of the cool Kaizo art people are making. So I really appreciate y'all having us on. Scary jump.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. So this level, I basically just threw a bunch of moles at the player and saw what they did with it.
I mean, moles are cool. I think it's a fun level.
Yeah, I like it too. um, but yeah, it was based on another community member, Third Wall. He created a level that I really liked. And now we're on my favorite level in the entire game. This is Dusk Before Dawn, and it revolves around a mechanic where you saw that little P-switch. What the P-switch does, if you're not familiar with the game, is it will take regular yellow coins and turn them into brown blocks, and it will take brown blocks and turn them into regular yellow coins. And what the goal of this level is race the timer and get through it. And it's very fast-paced. It uses these, we call them block snakes. And yeah, it's just... I really like playing this level, and I hope that others do too.
Speaking of playing this level, if anyone's curious about, this game or other Kaizo SMW mods, where you'd want to go to learn more is SMW Central.
Yeah, every resource you could ever need, whether you want to get into playing, making, learning anything about the game, the lore, anything you might want to want to know, it's there.
Yeah, incredible.
At the end of this level... sorry.
Oh, you go.
Okay. At the end of this level, it's a very hard timer to make. If you slow down at all, you don't make it over that little gap. So I put a little pipe in there. You can go in the pipe and just kind of win. Yeah, this is the final level. The idea behind this level was take 3 other Kaizo levels that I really like, that were really inspiring to me, make some obvious references to them, and then combine the mechanics into my own kind of take on those levels. So that first room was from Sarfing Castle in Quickie World 1 by Valdio. The second room is from Gorgoroth in Grand Prix World 1 by Barbarian. And the third room is from Cinnamon Girl in Rift World 1 by Freakin' Ha. All incredibly good hacks. And I want to give a shout out to those creators for helping inspire me when I was starting out my journey here.
I gotta say, I particularly loved that door entry on top of the green bean.
Yeah, I think that's the only green bean I've ever put into a game.
So far, at least.
So far. Yeah, just wait until 2026.
Year of the bean.
Uh-huh. Alright, so this big room, this is the hardest room in the entire game. There are a lot of ways that things can go wrong. Every jump, every trick, every movement is very precise. And the fact that it works at all is kind of surprising to me, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it's a very tight level, and getting that throw block to hit that switch right underneath that Koopa, much tighter than I would have thought.
Yeah, near the end of this room, you have to ride on that little, we call them grinders, I call them saws, but you're riding on there and you have to hit an on-off switch, and that changes the block state from solid blocks to not solid blocks and vice versa. If you hit 2 of those, Greg didn't do that because Greg's a gamer, but if you hit 2 of those, then you turn them on and immediately off, which makes you fail, and it's very easy to do that, so the fact that Greg just made that look really easy, that is not an easy thing to do. GG.
Also, the very last section is going back through the first section, which I've played a lot of Kaizo, and I don't think I've ever seen any takes on it quite like that. It's really cool.
It's definitely very unique how this one's done. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, what happened there is I wanted to see if you could do it backwards, and so I just tried it, and it worked way better than it had any right to.
Also, time is about to happen. So it's as soon as I enter
time is
this
going to
level,
happen.
Time. That went really well.
GG. What a good run.
Yeah, big GG. Very good run.
Yeah, it was close to world record. I kind of got pretty quiet during that last level there because I was trying to focus out.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, about a minute off world record. So thank you everyone for the G's. Hey Fane, thanks for making this game. It's really good, and I'm glad I had the chance to show it off.
Yeah, thank you for running this. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad that people are enjoying it, and I honestly I'm very proud of our community, and I'm just honored to be a part of it.
Likewise. I think I'm just flying through the credits now, but shoutouts to Fane and Alyssa. I really appreciate you all helping out. Shoutouts to Mark Alarm, who has a run tomorrow. I believe he's running Hades, so please check that out. He's another SMW person as well. And thank you everyone for hanging out and watching. Please also stick around. Another SMW person, Plasma Steak, is running a hack by I Am the Ratio immediately after.
Yep. Good luck to Plasma Snake. It's going to be a great run.
Yeah, good luck, and thanks for donating, and thanks everyone for hanging in.
All right. Thank you very much for that. We saw some serious Kaizo skill during that last run. Stay tuned, everyone, for Game Over Cancer 2025. We're going to continue with Beautiful Dangerous in just a few moments. Keep those donations coming, and let's beat cancer's butt.